Hey Dragon Slayers. So today's video is about how mindless repetition of a lie makes people believe it. When your neighbor, Bob, tells you something like, trust me, the more you exercise, the more weight you will lose. He's not breaking any rules. Regular people get to say whatever they want, whether they know what they're talking about or not. You can't hold Bob liable for this error, and you can't sue him for damages. He was just stating his opinion on the matter. If your hairdresser tells you, honey, you shouldn't eat seeds and popcorn, it will flare up your diverticulitis, then it is up to you to decide how much she has learned about the human colon in her cosmetology classes. She isn't an expert in the medical field, and she doesn't have the right to be, or even to try to be right when she shares information. Both Bob and your hairdresser are repeating things they've heard before, things that sounded correct to them, so they then pass these little nuggets along to you and everyone else who will listen. For regular folks, this behavior is perfectly acceptable. You shouldn't be surprised if they're often wrong. Doctors, however, should be held to a substantially higher standard. They should they should either be certain that what they know is the right information or realize that they may not know and tell you as much. When doctors repeat medical lies, people do get hurt, and the doctor can be held responsible. When your doctor mindlessly repeats something he read in a medical journal or something they were taught in medical school 25 plus years ago without thinking about you as a unique patient, they're doing you a grave disservice. They should be held accountable for their lack of effort. They are neither your neighbor nor your chatty hairdresser. They're licensed expert in human health who's tasked with the responsibility of giving you the best possible medical advice available. You have every right to expect that your doctor knows what they're talking about when they speak. Your doctor, as a licensed expert, doesn't have the lazy luxury of repeating something without knowing for sure if it's true. They have a sworn duty to read the medical journals and the relevant studies in their entirety, not just the conclusions, even to read outside of the field of medicine. Doing so will help them see the bigger picture concerning health and well being of their patients. It will also keep them from mindlessly repeating the latest guidelines from big government or big pharma without stopping to think whether they are based in meaningful research. When doctors fail us in this most basic area of trust, they also lose credibility in other areas. A doctor should willingly tell their patients when they don't know something, if that is the case, and they should say that they'll research the issue and report back when they do learn more. Patients should be able to trust their doctors to be intellectually honest. They aren't paying for a good sounding, random answers to their medical questions. They deserve well thought out, researched answers that apply to their unique cases. They deserve to know the truth. This tendency to perpetuate medical lies is the reason, above all others, that Dr. Berry decided to write his book. Patients deserve a doctor who will either know the answers, find out the answers, or refer them to a specialist who does. A patient never deserves a thoughtless, canned answer that might or might not be true. A doctor should never repeat a medical lie that he has heard or read to his patients. Call it medical advice and be held blameless for it. Those days are over. So that's the entire purpose of this channel, is to try to shed light on the truth, because it is my personal conviction and belief that you can cure almost any metabolic disease without medication. That is the entire premise of the Diabetes Dragon Slayer. So I hope that you guys are empowered with this knowledge. And please, I am human too. I am subject to fallacy as well. All the fallacies that I've covered, I can be guilty of them. So challenge me. Research anything that I say on the channel that doesn't sound right to you or you think is wrong. Please do your own research. Call me out. If I'm wrong about something, I will always acknowledge it and correct it, and I'll remove videos that are wrong, and I will update my content. This is an ongoing thing. I want it to be an open dialogue of communication for us to learn and to grow together. I'm sharing with you guys what has worked for me, what is working for me, and I believe that it can help you out as well. And that's what I've got for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because it really helps the channel out. And remember, guys, that together, you and I will slay the dreaded diabetes dragon.